To be honest, I was so touched what Swamiji did during the last 50 years. And maybe share only one experience. Swamiji gave so many lectures and everything, but I think a couple of years ago, when he came to the satsang, it was not that big group, and he came and he said, and he was smiling and looked very, how to say, shiny and nice to us, and then he said, okay, now I gave you everything. Now it's up to you. And you know, he used very often one nice sentence, use it or lose it. What I give to you. Yeah. And now it's a fantastic opportunity to celebrate this 50 years light in Mahaprabhuji Ashram. He came to Austria, I think it was 1971, and then he moved to Vienna in 1972, but he opened the Mahaprabhuji Ashram and the Living Light in 1976, so that's the reason why we are celebrating today this event, let's say. And again, it's a great opportunity to have you here together with us, successor of our dear beloved Gurudev. So thank you for coming. Thank you all of you for coming to show we are a big, big family, so many different countries. And yes, I welcome all of you. I welcome the Swamis. I welcome the presidents, the members, the bhaktas, the disciples. Everyone should feel welcome to our Guruji Ashram. Yeah? As Swamiji said, this is your spiritual home. And Mahaprabhuji Ashram was the, as he said, the basement. Yeah? From the Mahaprabhuji Ashram, the light spread it. Yeah? And I think today I asked, who was that? Someone told me that, you told me that. What was that? The light, he brought the light to Hamburg. Yeah? Yeah, 89. In the car, yes. Wow. Can you imagine that? Yeah.
How many hours is that?
I think it's far distance. 12 hours? 12 hours? If you drive very fast. It's not allowed, but okay. We are here in a family. And I remember also when Villach was opened, I think it was, how long is it, Villach? 93. Wow. Wow, such a long time. Because we went there and then Swamiji asked me, did you bring anything? I said, oh my God, I think, okay, I brought the light. So he did it, I did it. So it was a very, very, very great time, and still it is a great time. And no, it's another time, but Swamiji is not only still with us, I think he is much more stronger with us than he was when he was very often here physically. But we can feel him here together with us, and also through our dear Avatar Guruji, he is, let's say, the verlängerte Arm. I don't know the English name. Verlängerte Arm in English? Prolonged arm, okay. And then we will ask some old disciples, means not old disciples, but disciples who are very long together with Swamiji and maybe tell some experience. I would like to ask our dear Swami Shanti to speak some words, because you are one of the first disciples.
Hari Om, dear friends. Actually, I knew that somebody will ask me today to speak. In the moment, I am nearly not able to speak because I am so touched from this day. Also from Mahaprabhuji's ashram, Shikaneda Gasse. And I tell you, Holy Guruji's ashram is beautiful, 100%. But Mahaprabhuji's ashram is a diamond of all ashrams. I tell you just this, because today, even it was noisy, the whole stuff from our Adapuri was in action here and there and so on. I get a message from Swamiji. Really, I get a message from him. And he told to me, I mean, I was looking on his photo, And he said, Shanti, get up and speak. Yes. And
When Swamiji was here, then he used to say, Shanti, go and sit.
no, he was the one who put me. No, but you know that, I was never strong. I became strong through Swamiji because he put me on the stage, you know. Should I tell you the story how it was? Actually, I want to tell you something. I know our Mahamandaleshwar. I know him already when he was big like this in Jaipur. I will.
I can joke with her.
Yes, that's right. I will never forget this. This is also written in my brain, the picture when I saw you the first. It was on first floor in Jaipur. Where I was, I wanted to tell.
Swamiji told you to speak.
Yes, but that was not the point.
Swamiji put you on stage.
Huh?
Schikanedergasse,
Yeah,
Diamond.
yes. Okay, anyhow.
That was also not.
My life was very up and downs, like many of us, no? Like the ocean of life is up and down and up and down. And I met Swamiji, I think it was 1977. And I was not in a good condition. I was very stressed. My life was very stressful. And there are always interesting ways how you meet your master. And where I came on the idea of yoga? In Morocco. Yes, it's usual, no? You go to Morocco and then you come to Swamiji. And there you had the opportunity to make sport, all kind of sports, and I made already many sports. And there was an opportunity to make yoga, and I never made yoga. So I went there, and I was very impressed, especially I felt the breathing exercises which she made was so good that I said, I have to make yoga now. I came back, and in this time I had only Wednesday morning time, yes, as I was working. And so I was searching a yoga center who is open on Wednesday morning. And this was Swamiji's ashram, Schikanedergasse. And actually, I did not see Swamiji first. And I think even if I would have seen him, I don't know if I would have confidence, because Indian in this time was not very usual in our country. And it was Katharina who was welcoming us. And this is one thing what I want to tell you. You know, knowledge is one thing, your exercise is one thing, but our duty is to give knowledge, to give help for the life of others. And for this, you cannot come with knowledge. You can come only through kindness, believe me this. And Katharina was the one, she was very charming in the outside, and actually because of her, I went to this ashram yoga. And I was also in the Shivananda, but it was different atmosphere. And it was really Katharina who took me to Swamiji. And in this time, we had a wonderful, it was Wednesday morning, and I think my life long, I will remember these Wednesday mornings, 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock, and then we had always together with Swamiji tea and sitting and so on. And after I was going on the market shopping, so it was always like a holiday, beautiful holiday. And yes, so I want just to say that the main thing is be kind. Be kind to yourself and to others. And with your kindness, with your respect to others, you can touch people, because this is what they need nowadays more than ever, because of the KI, the artificial intelligence, you know, the soul of a person needs personal contact. So this is a big advantage which we all have who are in the yoga, who is teacher, that you go kindness, with love, with understanding to the people. This they will need, and then you will be successful. It's just, and like this, also, you know, Swamiji, for every one of us, he was a father, no? Isn't it? And what I wanted to say on the beginning with the life, with the waves, I want to say, Swamiji was the only person who lifelong was on my side. And that's why it's difficult for me to speak about him in his situation now. But I'm immensely thankful for all what he gave to me and to give to you also. And take this as an example. Like this you have to be. Listen to the others. Don't give your judgment, your wisdom, and everything over the other. Listen. Listen and be kind. That is really one of the big messages of Swamiji who gave us. And in the moment, I'm always in service for Swamiji. Maybe I'm not so many times now in the yoga centers, but this has another reason. And in the moment, I'm writing on a vegetarian book for in German in the moment, but I will translate in English, and then I will visit you. You want that I visit you? Yes. I think it will be ready in the summer now, and it's not the recipes which are important for me. It is we have to give. Swamiji said always give injections. You remember this word from Swamiji, no? Give injections to the people means inspirations, and that is what I do with this book. That why they should become vegetarian. And Swamiji, he told us one time in Kriya Yoga, he said, try to convince 11 people per year that they become vegetarian. You remember this? Yes, all the disciples who knows this maybe. And so with this, when people ask me what was the most important from yoga, I say really that I became vegetarian. That was one of the biggest changes of my life, really. Because it's not only the food, it's the inside. You're changing yourself to a complete different person. And that's why I now on my head is become vegetarian. And I give all my input in this book, and that you can give to others to become vegetarian, because they have to be motivated. And I had a big opportunity to be also with Holy Guruji. I'm in Holy Guruji's ashram, and also this is a very special meeting I had. So I was blessed with many beautiful satsangs, especially also with Holy Guruji. I want, because we are in his ashram, tell you a little story. You know that I'm singing, and we could not speak together, Holy Guruji and me, not really, because he didn't speak English and I didn't speak Hindi, but where there's a will, there is a way. And we were speaking over the bhajans. Means I was sitting in front of Holy Guruji, and Holy Guruji said, you sing this. And he taught me bhajans, for instance, Prakash Punj is from him, and so on. But you know at which time he made this one time? At 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's not easy to sing at 6 o'clock in the morning bhajans. And another time then he closed his eyes and he was silent and he was listening. And he make also corrections. And and sometimes I was singing already nearly 1 hour, yes, but without music, instrument. And you must know, when you have an instrument or a drum, this is more easy because you can always make something on the instrument, not only with a voice. No? And so he and he said, no, ek or, one more. He said always, one more. When I looked to him, he said, and now, finally, I cannot anymore. And believe me, when I said, when inside, I said to myself, Holy Guruji, if now you ask me one bhajan more, I will collapse. I tell you, I break down. And believe me, in this moment, he said, okay, Shantiji, jao, you can go. So we have beautiful, and I think our main thing is that we maintain the knowledge, the wisdom which Swamiji gave us, especially, you know, from the golden teachings from Mahaprabhuji, the enlightenment you get only, the highest level of enlightenment you get only through the love. And that is what Swamiji showed us, and that is also should be our message. Love yourself and be kind and loving to the others. They need this in this time more than ever. So thank you, dear Mahamandaleshwarji, Avadapuriji, Yogi Raj, for that you came here. And I wish you all the best. Hari Om.
Yeah, Hari Om. Swamiji, that when he came to Europe, or especially to Vienna, he had no money, he had even no shoes, he had no, of course, no handy, was not in this time. He had no address where to go, but they found him, and so he found his group and his people in first and second district. And I came to the Shikanida Ashram in 1977 in September. And so it was already ready. I remember the walls were blue, the walls were orange, and the ceiling were blue, so it was looking different in Swamiji's style, a little bit, ashram style. And it was our Saraswati, Irene Kodim, who found this location in Shikanida-Gasse. And originally there were 3 rooms. You saw it in the first video. It was separated. There was the altar room, the entrance room, and for the asanas, for the classes. And really, I myself was in this time when Swamiji led every class, every movement, every asanas, there were already Kriya when I remember. They were in the altar room. There were the Hans Hörschläger, our Kriyanand, and the disciples who are not anymore with us. And they practiced their Kriya, very separated and mysterious for us. And we had our normal yoga class, and every step we followed, every level. And I especially looked in the internet when the Yoga in Daily Life was coming. It was developed in Czech Republic with the Vidyanand, I think, and other physicians and physiotherapists. And so from 1972 till 1975, in this time, they developed a system of yoga in daily life with Swamiji, of course. And there were the first scriptures typed in the machine and only copied. And this I have at home, all the, the scripts still. And then, yes, I noticed, I looked through and noticed the 8 bars, the Lotus Sea, I think was the name. It came almost 10 years later. And yeah, Hamletter knows it. And yeah, so this is began in Shikanida-Gasse in Mahaprabhuji's ashram, and then one after the other wall was removed, so that we had a bigger hall, like it is now. And yes, Swami Shanti already said, after every class we sat down, we had this Indian cloth, yes, and Swamiji sat with us on the floor all around. We were 10 people maybe, or 8 or 12 people, and we ate together the dinner. Sometimes Shantiji cooked and brought something, sometimes Katharina cooked, sometimes Swamiji himself cooked. So it was really a familiar time with Swamiji. And yeah, it was a special time. And then about 10 years later, he began to travel to America and to other Australia and so. So in this first 10 years or almost 20 years, we had him very often in Vienna. And in Enkelstraße, then he really had every week a lecture. And so it developed, or it originated the Chakra book from these lectures, for the Patanjali book from these lectures, and I have lots of material from Upanishads and Shankaracharya, so maybe I will find time to publish it all. And yes, so at this time I really had yes, the first books, The Living Light and the first Chakra book, it was really typed on the typing machine. It was horrible. With how to always, I had to start new when there was a mistake and when Swamiji wanted something else. But there was often a time Swamiji came after class to me. I was living very near to Shikanida-Gasse, so at 10 o'clock or so in the night he came and he looked what I wrote and he corrected, and he every word in these first books, really every word he corrected, and he trained me how he wants these books. So it was a very intensive time and a very beautiful time. And also I had a little son, and I had a job, and it was, but somehow he gave us the energy, the strength. And also Bhaktanand knows night work with the yoga book. He made all the graphics of the yoga book and the Chakra book. So we had very intensive times with Swamiji, and sometimes we really, our hair went gray, became gray, yes, because when we thought we were finished, it was ready, and then all had to change again. But it was great that he really personally guided us and guided these books. These are still the base of our system and of our knowledge. And now it is translated in all languages, yes. Yeah, then there was still time for Swamiji to make walks, often to Scheiblingstein, to Shantiji in the Vienna woods. All the group met together, and we went to the Vienna Woods, and through the Vienna Woods it was also very nice. And then we came to Shantiji's garden and had their lunch or some chai. She was always open to invite us and to receive us. It was great. Yes. Yeah, it is little, so we, as like Bhaktanand said, to see this, we are all touched. And somehow but yeah, but it is in our treasure, in our inner treasure. It is maintained and safe. And we are happy to have this time with Swamiji. And then, yeah, I came also maybe to tell a little bit to Swamiji only by chance. I didn't think on yoga. Yoga, don't know. It was headstanding or something I never practiced or could practice. I wanted to go to Buddhists, actually. I wanted to have meditation and calmness and Buddhists, but somehow he catched me. Yes, so I came to him, and when I came, he looked and said, "Oh, finally, I've waited so long for you." And I said, "What?" and he said, "Don't you know me? Don't you remember me?" No, I said, "No, sorry." It's first time. So I don't know, maybe he told this to many people. And it was something that made me stay, no? And Katharina also. It was actually Katharina who received me in the first time, and she reminded me on my grandmother. And I loved her from the moment on, and she was really like a grandmother for us. Yeah, so these are little remembrances. And then the great development came, the world tours, Strilki came, Web came, and now Strilki is the middle point of the Europe yoga development. The base is here, and this cannot be changed. No. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe Hemlata, would you like to say some words?
So, Hariom. Not so easy now to talk because Radhaji and Shantiji they were talking so very nice, and I really went with my thoughts back in this past time. I came to Swamiji in 1981, and I also didn't search anything. I didn't know about yoga very much. Nothing, to say the truth, nothing. And when I came to the ashram, Katharina was not there anymore. She was in hospital already. And Mayok Shakti, if you know, somebody knows of you, was there in the ashram. It was before Mansa Devi came. It was Mayok Shakti. And Swamiji was not in the ashram, and it was also good for me because it was also one friend of mine told me, "Don't you want to come? I'm in yoga, and it's a real yoga master from India." And I said, my answer was, "No, everybody wants to go now to yoga. I'm not really interested. Don't ask me why I went there, but I went there." And yeah, and when Swamiji came, no, I remember Swamiji told that in ashram very much help is needed, and we need somebody who will write on the scriptures and help and so. And I went home, and in my life, many things happens during the night. So I woke up and said, I have to help, yeah? And I went there, and I was working with Mayok Shakti, also with typing and something, I don't know, I think on the scriptures. And it was really very hard because, as Radha, she said, when you make a mistake, you had this, wie hat das geheißen, these white things, yeah, to correct it. Yeah. And start again and so. And then Swamiji one day came and said, oh, I heard you're helping so much. And I said, no. I was, somehow it was a little bit, I stayed on distance, but not very long. So then my brother was very ill, and I went to Swamiji and said, please, could you help? But Swamiji always turned his focus on myself. He said, yes, but how are you? And what do you want? And so, and then he said, it's so lucky your profession, that you're a physiotherapist. It suits very good to yoga. And yes, and so started my way. You know, it was more in the, my work was the back pain and all these medicine books. I helped Swamiji or worked with him together. And but the first, it was the scriptures which we had, not the book, as Radhaji already said. There were 8 scriptures, and the 7th, I think, was with back pain. No? It was also one of the scriptures, I think. Kata Pranam, yeah, so I don't know, it was a scripture. And in Prague, it was Dr. Vera from Prague, was Vera, yeah. She already worked a lot with back pain, but Swamiji said, yes, we will do now also 8 steps. And so this work was starting. And the Lotus scripture, I was writing, and Swamiji, I can't do the Lotus seed, but I worked on the 8th scripture with the Lotus, because Swamiji, of course, knows, and he described, and I was writing down. And I don't know if you remember, all these asanas which Swamiji showed now, all asanas, of course, were in the scriptures with him. And we had in Shikaneda-gasse, as in Mahaprabhuji ashram, all the asanas on one wall with Swamiji on it. And we have somehow said that it is not anymore there. Somewhere it will be, I don't know. But this was also very nice. Yeah, and for me, the Mahaprabhuji ashram is somehow, I got the mantra there, and it's a second birth. I would say my spirit, it started my spiritual life there. And for me, it's very important. When I come there, I remember that I got mantra, there I met Swamiji. So, yeah, it's very important for me. Thank you.
Muktamani, would you like to say some words? Of course, Ayurveda. The sister of yoga is Ayurveda. The brother, the sister.
Thank you for allowing me to speak on this purpose. My way was when I started with yoga, I was very much involved in my work. I was running a business with my family, and I was completely exhausted. I had a little son, he was 4, and I thought, this can't be my life. I have no time for myself, I have nothing. I must learn first to relax. And how to relax? It came into my mind, yoga. But where? So I took my phone book and I was looking what is the next yoga place, and it was an Englischstraße at that time. And then I went in there, and my first yoga teacher was Swami Hridaya Kamal, and later when she went to India, it was Swami Shantiji. So I was always in good hands. But in the beginning, when I was there, I thought, my God, what are they always speaking about? Vegetarianism and this and that. I only want to relax. But it had such an impact on my life and on my personality. And I was really involved in society work and everything. But every Wednesday, whatever may have happened, I went to my yoga class. And that changed completely my whole life. And also the influence on my environment, on my family. My little son sometimes also came because I didn't want to put him, and he was practicing with us, putting on the legs, sitting in meditation. Suddenly I heard him sleeping because he was snoring while we had our relaxation and all that. So it was a really beautiful, inspiring and complete changing time for my whole entire being. At that time, I was not a vegetarian when I started. I was not brought up like that. But then I thought, now it's high time to change. But how? And it was the month when I do not get enough good nourishment and what to do. So I went to a bookstore and looked. I wanted to do it as Indians are doing because they're healthy, they have good teeth, they have good bones, they have a good skin, so they must do it somehow right. And I went to the bookstore and nothing was there. But suddenly appeared Ayurveda. And there were only 2 books on Ayurveda. And I was reading them in the night and speaking on Agni and this and that and doshas, and I didn't understand anything. It was so complicated and such a holistic approach. So as I went to Swamiji and said, I would like to become vegetarian, and should I do it with Ayurveda? I said, yes, Ayurveda is good. And so it started. I was learning, and then he brought me in touch with Professor Sadeshmukh, the senior. Maybe you know him. And I didn't know what happened in my life, but suddenly everything came developed, and suddenly there were, all in all, I was counting 800 people whom I translated. In the beginning, I didn't know anything about it. I just translated. And then I thought, no, this can't be the way. I must learn it also from the beginning, very clear. And so it started, and so we had the blessing, and Swamiji opened with us in year 2004, the academy, and it was a perfect time together with yoga and Ayurveda and these 2 sister sciences developing. So, and until now we are doing. And I'm very thankful and grateful for all that. Thank you very much.
Maybe some words from my side. I came to yoga in 1988. I remember when I met Swamiji first, he sang Om. I was, wow, what is that? Oh, wow, this goes through and through. So this was one experience. And then after a couple of maybe weeks, he asked me, why are you here? What do you want? What is your goal? What do you want? Yes, and I remember I was always searching when I was young. What is my purpose, why I'm here? I went to Buddhists, Christian, and so I was always searching why I'm here, what is the reason why I'm here, who I am. And I asked, is there possibility to know who I am? I would like to know who I am. And he said, yes, of course. This is possible, yes. Yes, still I'm searching, yes. But to be honest, when I asked that, and he said, yes, we can do that, but I didn't know what that means. Now I know what it means. I think every one of us know what it means. Go deep inside, search for something and find out what is inside. This is not always that easy, but it becomes easier and easier and easier when we continue. And when I told him I would like to know who I am, really who I am. Not this person, not this boy is born with Bhaktan and whatever. He said, yes, one thing, do you have patience? You know what is patience? Waiting, searching, waiting, searching, waiting, searching. Yes, still searching. But when I see now some of my brothers and sisters, my friends became very close, still are very close. Honestly speaking, I see so many lights in the people in the face, not only the face. I met some people when I started with yoga. You think you know everything, you think you know something, maybe you know nothing, but then you recognize you know nothing. And when you see some friends, they are working on themselves. And so after 10, 20 years, I thought, wow, this person became so fantastic. What she did, what he did. And then there's another one. Wow, he's now so, you would like to be next to him, next to her, because the radiance is so nice, so fantastic. And this was patience. And as Swamiji said, not only once, the only thing you have to do is stay in the boat. Don't jump out. I do everything. I am that one who knows exactly where to go, what to do. The only thing you have to do is stay in the boat. And this is what we try to do. Do you agree? Yes.
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मन्नाथ श्रीजगन्नाथ मद्गुरु श्रीजगद्गुरु ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Salutations to the Cosmic Self. No translation. Salutations to Srila Pujya Siddhapit Parampara. My Dharma pranams to our beloved Gurudev, His Holiness Vishwaguru Mahamandaleshwar Maheshwaranand Puruji Maharaj. Om Namo Narayan to all the sannyasis present here, and Hari Om and good evening to all of you who are present here and all of you who are watching through Swamiji TV. Much love and many blessings from Gurudev from Vienna. Vienna is very dear to all of us. I'm still waiting for the translation. That's the problem, when you're used to Strilki, you have talking and then you wait for the translator, but okay. You want to translate? No? No one needs translation? You know why translation is good? I mean, there are two perspectives on it. One, it's not good because then the editors have problem in cutting the parts just to make one video. But the good part, which is there, is I have time to think in between. But doesn't matter. So, why is Vienna, or why is this space very precious and very dear to our hearts? Because if it wouldn't be for Vienna, this light wouldn't spread further. And this is the Taposthali. Like Alakpurji's Gufa was Alakpurji's Taposthali, where he did tapasya. In the same way, Jharkhand is India, but this is where the flame, where that Agni started. This all light which is within all of our hearts. This all unity, this beautiful family of mine, this is all because of Gurudev coming here. And it is incredible to see in the videos how the beginning of Gurudev was. And then the different version. Whenever I come to Vienna, it's always inside, like father's home, a little bit strict. Because when I'm in Strilki, I'm like, yeah, okay, Anand. When I'm here in Vienna, it's like, from which corner is Swamiji going to appear now? This is actually where I think he started to tell me to speak 2 years back. So this is also special for me, because before we went to Strilki, we landed here. And then that's where Swamiji told, speak. And then after that, I started speaking. So it is also special for me. in the same sense as it is for Gurudev and for all of us. And this Agni, this light, yesterday we had a meditation on that divine light. That light which Gurudev has lit in each and every one of our hearts. And that light is still there and will always be there. 50 years of Vienna has passed. Not of Vienna, but of Mahaprabhuji Ashram. And now we should think that how do we sustain the next 50 years? What can we do to keep that divine light lit? Gurudev, as Bhaktananji was now saying, I did my job, now you do. That does not mean that he gave up on us. That does not mean that he is not there. He is, but he went within. Whole his life he was trying, as Bhaktananji was saying, he still didn't figure it out. So whole his life he was removing that fog, removing the dust, that so many layers. And now this is the last 1-2 layers which we remove with our own Viveka. That is what we are now a little bit unlocking in Strilki in the seminar. We are working on that. Because hopefully, at least for me, I wish this is my last life, and I hope for all of you also. We had enough, we were tired enough, we worked enough, and we found Gurudev, so that is it. What else do we need? In every life we were searching for him, and in this life we did not find him, but he found us. He found each and every one of our souls. He brought us together. No religion, no age, no anything. He was equal to each and every one of us. He loves each and every one of us in the same form as he loves himself. And that's why he says, my job is done, now you do. And that's why now he's in silence, because what I believe is health issues and this worldly materialistic health issues, what comes, that has to come, otherwise it wouldn't be this samsara which we are living in. But I many times am surprised when some of us or many of us or we sometimes doubt. First of all, we doubt ourselves. That's a problem which we can solve. But I love when we doubt him. When we say, he can't even fix himself. What is this? Then we need to realize that he is living in the same samsara where we are living in. The same rules and regulations apply. When you have things, when you have healing powers, when you can fix all of this, us, this beautiful family, we know how interesting creatures we are. I don't need to tell that. So if he can deal with all of us, tough job. And still, after that, he can fix each and every one of our problems. He can heal us, he can repair us, he can do everything. But that rules and that philosophy does not apply for ourselves. Jana Kalyan, yesterday and many times we repeated this. What? Paradharma and Swadharma. Swadharma is the dharma which we do to fulfill our own desires, which we do to fulfill our own trishna. Trishna means the... Trishna in English? Huh? Thirst. The thirst of what? Then we should question ourselves, what are we thirsty for? Are we thirsty for the wealth? Are we thirsty for the happiness? Are we thirsty for love? Are we thirsty for compassion? Are we thirsty for what? First we need to figure that out. But that thirst of bhakti, that thirst of Guru Kripa, that thirst he quenched. So that thirst he satisfied us. But that longing for the Guru, the longing for seeing him, the longing for being in the presence of him, that thirst will never go. That should always increase. But we need to understand in that same form that he created this for us. He created this for the next generation which will be after us. He created this beautiful family to grow, to expand. Why? The same reason why each and every one of you came to Gurudev. Because we all have certain expectations, we have certain wishes, we have certain things within us. Many questions arise, many things arise which we want to fulfill, which we want to overcome. And in the same way as Google Maps will help us to find the location, but not the right location, because in Google Maps we type, and in India, I told you this experience last week, I think, that on Google Maps, it was showing us that the way is there, and we went there, we turned left, and suddenly the bridge ends in the middle of the bridge, you know. Luckily, it was no night time, otherwise it would be Go Moksha instant, but still, it was not, so it was good. But the point is, Google Maps may show wrong directions or may not always be right. In the same way, all these books, what we are reading, all the philosophy, everything, yes, we can learn a lot of it. But if someone has climbed the mountain, if someone has reached the peak of it, like Shantiji peaked many mountains. So if you ask Google Maps, or better to ask Shantiji, which is the route to go to Satopant or how to go there, she can show you. In the same way, as Bhaktananji was saying, Swamiji told, I will show you the way, I know the doors. So Gurudev knows, that's why he is the Guru. So if he knows, we trust him and we let that on him. We let that, yesterday we were singing what? Ye bhar tumhare ab so badiya. So we let all that stress, all that grief, all the negativity, we left all on his shoulders. Why? Because he is the one who will take care of us. That is the responsibility, that is the duty of a guru, to take care of his disciples, to take care of his children. See how much trouble we give him. We are sometimes, I see parents are sometimes really hard to take care of one kid or two kids. Here we have slightly more. And then each and every one of us, we come, Gurudev, I have this problem, Gurudev, I have that problem, Gurudev is healing this and Gurudev is healing that. When do we give him time? So that's why now he is taking his time. But that does not mean that he is sleeping and doing nothing. Many times you go to his room in the middle of the night and you will see him sitting like this with closed eyes on his bed like this. We put him to sleep, he goes to sleep, and then 2 hours later I wake up and I look there and he's awake. At least he's not like Guruji. I'm happy, because Guruji, I heard many stories that the sevakas who were sleeping with Guruji, there was no sleep there. So I'm happy that we get our sleep. But the thing is that when you wake up and you see that he's sitting and with closed eyes, that means he's somewhere else, because you walk past him, go to the toilet, the eyes are still closed. But then we say, yes, he's sleeping. Yes, we don't see him. Yes, because before he was working in the exterior and now he's working in the interior. Before he did everything, he showed us everything, he gave us the right path, he showed us. Now he's watching if we are walking that road. The Guru's job is not to enlighten us, not to do anything for us. His only job is to show us the right path, to show us, and as he said, step in the boat. And then it's his job. Now how does he do it? It's with our kriya. Kriya means our work. If we do something, that is kriya. If we eat, that is kriya. Like not our kriya anushtan, but in Hindi or in Sanskrit, kriya means anything that we do. So it's our job to do. What did Bhagwan Shri Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? Karma karo, phal ki chinta mat karo. Don't worry about the fruits, just do your karma. We have the right to decide what is our karma. We have the right to decide what our actions are going to be. But we have no rights on the result or on the fruits, what will come to us. So if we have expectations, please press Control all, Command all, and delete. Because those expectations, we all carry expectations towards ourselves, partners, family, friends. Expectations are the one which is harming us. Because our expectations are not going to be fulfilled. Simple example. You okay? Simple example. The sun holds the radiance of so many light it holds, and it can light up the whole world. But, there's always a but it's too hot. The moon, it's cool and pleasant, but does not have enough light. The river, it's sweet, you can drink, but it's always flowing in a very strong flow. The seas, which are a little bit more, not the oceans, which are having very turbulent waves, but simple, like when we go to the Adriatic coast, it's not so bad. So that ocean, it's vast, it's beautiful, but the water is salty. The rose smells beautiful, but has thorns. The lotus is beautiful, holds so much divinity, but grows in the mud. So nothing in this world is perfect. If we expect that everything will be perfect, God didn't make these things perfect, why will He make human being perfect? Simple. There is no perfectness in this world. The only perfect thing is the relation between the Guru and us. That is perfect, that rest, everything is temporary. But we run behind that temporary motives, we run behind these things because that gives us joy. Who likes peace? Not us. Why do we not like peace? Because with peace our life will become boring, and who likes boringness? Right? We don't want boringness. That's why we find troubles. How do we find troubles? By ourselves, because this mind is the one which is creating the problems. This mind is the one which is removing and solving the problems. But the path, the solution, the way how to solve the problems is given by a master. The same way as the mountaineer can tell how to climb the mountains, Gurudev is the one who walked that path and who is showing us that path. But the legs are ours, which we'll have to walk on that path. The work, the effort, we have to put in. And Gurudev didn't put less effort, he put a lot of effort in us. Not only in us, in creating these ashrams, in creating the family of ours, in creating Om Ashram, he put every single blood, sweat, everything went into his mission, into his work. Many times I thought I even saw land in this where, Hanumanji, when he took his first step to go and eat the sun, that was taken in South India. So I found a beautiful land there. I said, okay, we will make a beautiful, long, tall statue of Hanumanji. But few months back, well, not few months, when I was in Himalaya? Last month, I realized that if we can take care of what he created for us is more than enough. We don't need to create anything more. So I was like, no more, Hanumanji Maharaj, you are inside, be happy. But Om Ashram is what we are focusing on, and this all what we have, I think now it's our job, not only my job. It is all of our jobs to become one united family, to work as one united family, to progress further, to help each other. When you have one stick, and I give you one stick, you can easily break it. But if all the bamboo sticks are together, and I give you, you can't break it. That is the power of unity. And that is the power of all of us, that when we are together, when we are united, we support one another. We help each other in each and every way possible. When we say we are a family, it means we remove that selfishness, we remove that I, and we put we. This is one good thing which I learned from Gurudev also. In his lectures, he never said I and you. He always said we. Why did he always say we? Not because I'm happy. He said we because we are one beautiful family. And he always said Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that we all function as one unit. Not thinking about ourselves, not thinking about our individual centers, but thinking as the united yoga and daily life. That is what he said, all in one, one in all. We all are merged into that same one divine light, but that one divine light is now in each and every one of our hearts, and our job is to collect 25 new people every year, no? No, Swamiji said how many? 12, no? How many? 11. Chalo, let's do now Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, everything is quicker, so let's do 22. So that is what he created, you know, this. And all the knowledge our Parampara, Mahaprabhuji, Guruji, Swamiji put in our bhajans. That even if there's no one to speak, still, you listen to the bhajans, you understand the meaning of the bhajans, and those bhajans are so deep, which will give you all this Advaita, Vedanta, Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, all the philosophy, everything are in our bhajans. We don't need to read anything else. Everything that we can get, all the technology, all the ways of yoga, meditation, kriya, jalaneti, dhoti, this is all yoga, and everything else, every single knowledge. How many lectures did we ever think from 1970 what? 71 till 2025? How many lectures did he give? Yes, we can repeat something once, twice, 10 times, then it's new material, no? Same thing. Last year I had one topic, this year it's a different topic. So we have to change that. So how many topics did Gurudev cover? And how many of that do we remember? Yesterday in Strilki I was asking, last year I was repeating this 5 values of every student. At least 10 times I repeated last year. One person remembered yesterday. So how many of us remember what Gurudev taught us? Yes, 10 lectures, 15 lectures we remember, but the deep meaning of it, not only the philosophy, not only the upper layer of it, but why he said certain things. When we understand that, when we understand the deeper meaning of things, what he meant, only from last year when I was traveling a lot with Gurudev, that state of less talking already was started at that time, and he used to say certain things, and I used to think like, what is he trying to say? I have zero clue. And then a few days back I was just sitting and going through videos from last year when he was speaking. Doesn't matter, mixture of Hindi, Marwadi, this, that. And then, because now this year we are practicing awareness and patience in Strilki, right? So then I also need to become more aware. So I was listening, and then I realized that last year what used to feel gibberish to me, I found out deeper meanings of things what he was trying to say to me last year. But it's too late for that, but it doesn't matter. At least we realize that maybe if we listen to his lecture 10 times, I guarantee you out of those 10 times, 7 times you will understand a different meaning than what he was trying to explain. Every one of us, when he was talking in his lectures, we all felt like he was talking to us personally. We all got the answers to our questions in his lectures. So that is the proof that you don't need to go up to him and ask him for anything. Inside you ask the question, it will be answered either by you, by someone else, by Gurudev himself, anything. But do the effort of believing in that. You need to believe in yourself, then only you can believe in others. You need to love yourself, then only you can love others. Until and unless we do not accept ourselves, we do not believe in ourselves, until then we won't progress. Because we doubt ourselves so much. We say, I am not worthy, I am not good enough, I am not this, I am not that. We are the best versions of ourselves that we can be. So stop listening to everyone else, stop listening to everything else, listen to yourself, listen to your inner self, what that wants, and the Viveka will work, which Gurudev taught us, and we will go in the right path. But that's why God gave us 2 years. You put in what people say, process, waste, put out. What you like, keep it in. But the problem is we listen to everyone, we feel that we need to listen. Yes, we should listen. Because in one way or another way, we all can learn something from each other. But learn the good things. In the same way when we eat food, our body, in our blood, goes only the nutritions, the waste comes out. In the same way, take that nutrition out of everyone. And as Bhaktananji was saying now, patience. We all should have awareness while speaking, being aware of what words are coming out of our mouth, and we need to be patient while listening. When someone is talking, be patient. And when you are talking, be aware of your words. That's the only two things we are going to practice in this whole summer: awareness and patience. There are many topics which are coming up in this summer which are planned, but the goal is that we not achieve, I don't know if we can achieve, I really hope that we do, but to move away from this external peace and to look within and find that inner peace within. Once we are blissful, once we are peaceful, once we are content with ourselves, with the things around us, we will be blissful. We will be happy, and that happiness is long-lasting, everlasting. But we need to have faith in Gurudev, we need to have faith in each other, because now it's time for us to have faith in each other, to believe in each other, to support each other, and to move forward with each other. Not solo, it's not a solo game, you can't run the show solo. You go as one family, everyone is heard, everyone is listened, everyone's problems are solved by themselves with the help of each other, but we need to focus on each other. Instead of focusing on what did this person say, what did that person say, why did he do this, why did she do this, who cares? None of our business why he or she did something. Our business is what are we doing. If I point one finger at you, how many fingers are still pointing at me? 4, exactly. 4? 3. 2 are pointing to you. But the point... I didn't talk to you. I don't know. Yesterday I was singing Shere Deepa there, and then my phone says yes, because Siri, you know. So the point is that we focus on our goals with the help of each other. If we don't have each other, like when we see yoga class, when we see meditation, we sometimes, a little bit peek here and there, and we see, okay, that person has closed eyes, I should also close our eyes, no? So we look around, we learn from each other, we motivate each other by each other. So we need each other to survive, we need each other to move forward. And that's why Gurudev said once, Gadi may be sitting someone, doesn't matter, but he many times said, you all are my successors, right? So it doesn't mean that only me. Gadi, doesn't matter, but innerly we all are his successors, which means we all need to carry forward that divine light. It's our all duty. If we have satsangs, we all have that knowledge, just it's hidden, it's dusty. Remove that dust and spread it. Whatever you know, good, bad, who cares? Talk. Don't be shy. That's why now in Strilki, whoever is shy, I pick them, come, talk. And usually I don't give prior notices. I just randomly pick them up. So learn from the best. But our job is Hame Kama Sat Sangha Se Jagata Bake Toba Kane De Hame Kama Sat Sangha Se Jagata Bake Toba Kane De